Yeah, I mean, if I had to, if I didn't have this one person that I really want to pick right now, I would have gone for Strauss. But I'm going to go Sourav Ganguly. And that is because, similar story to Misbah, match fixing scandal. India had won, I think, a solitary test match away from home in the 90s, if I'm not wrong. And Ganguly came in and he had an attacking mindset and he gave like opportunities to young guns, brought in a lot of youth in Sehwag, Zahir, I'm probably Yuvraj, Mohammad Kaif was around in that time. And, he empowered that Indian team to achieve greatness. It felt like India had already, they were aware of how big a powerhouse they could be, but they were still timid. They haven't been activated. And I think Ganguly was the catalyst for all of that, particularly that Australia series. I know there were a few injuries on the Australian team, but still, that's a very memorable drawn series for India. And 21 wins in 49 games isn't a terrible record either. I feel like Ganguly sowed the seeds for Dhoni and then Kohli, and without Sourav, maybe India might not have been able to achieve any of that. So, which is why he trumps the likes of Strauss and even Imran and all of the other guys, and the two New Zealand boys as well.
So on him, I think he's interesting because I don't think, I'm trying to have a look tactically, he would be really low on looking at the players that we have on the list so far, right? So from that point of view, but he does change the culture of Indian cricket. And I think as a fan back in the days, I could never get it because I was like, but he's not a very good batter and he's not very good tactically. But it's clear that you talk to people of that era, players and fans, and he has a big impact. And again, that is part of it. And so captaincy is kind of your win-loss record is really dependent on the players that you have, right? Like the best way of doing that would be to look at what the overall odds are beforehand and what percentage chance you had of winning, and does your team win above the odds is probably the best way of working. You could do it, and cricket's maybe not sophisticated enough to be able to do that at the moment. But so if you take that part out, all you're really left with is tactics and man management. Tactically, I don't think he was a particularly inspiring captain. He did some cool things, but I don't think he was, on the list of some of these other guys. But I do think man management is something that is maybe undersold with him, and partly because he was a bit of a weird dude, and the stories about him, not always wanting to travel with him. But I think he was very good at going, this person is talented, and I'm going to give them confidence to go and do the thing that they're going to do. I think he certainly had elements of that within his game. Obviously there's 17 New Zealanders who should have been on the list before him, but I get why you would have him here. I can't argue with that.